Hey, I just got home and you aren't here.
Oh, welcome home, lol.
Where are you? It's late and Ailey was home by herself.
Allie is a big girl. She can afford to be on her own for a few hours. Look at her. She's not a baby like you think she is.
For goodness sake, she's in the 3rd grade. It's not okay for an 8-year-old to be home alone. You're her mother. I don't have to explain these things to you.
Okay, fine. It's just for today. An engagement suddenly came up and I had to leave unexpectedly. It won't happen again.
This is not the first or second or even the 3rd time that this sort of thing is happening. You've left her home alone on numerous occasions and I've told you that's not okay.
Harry, calm down. You're making such a big deal out of this.
It is a big deal. She's our daughter. What if she hurts herself while there's no one at home?
That won't happen. She knows she has to be careful.
The last time she was home alone, she broke a jar because she was trying to reach for the peanut butter in the uppermost part of the refrigerator. She'd been lucky that day and didn't get hurt. I don't want a repeat of such incidents.
All right. I got it.
What is this sudden engagement that came up for you, by the way?
I'm at a friend's birthday party. It's taking place at that newly launched club, Savannah's Place. Gosh, it's going to be so fun.
The time is 18 minutes past 8 in the evening. It's late already. Are you not coming home soon?
Of course not. The party is warming up right now and will take off from 11 p.m. or thereabout. Then it's lasting until about daybreak. So exciting.
Is this friend of yours married by any chance?
No, why would you ask that?
You and her are not the same then.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means you have different priorities and responsibilities, Simone. You're a mom with an 8-year-old daughter, and you're married to me. As your family, we're your first priority. That's not the case for your friend. She can afford to do whatever she wants, including having a birthday party that lasts all night. This is why I've always encouraged you to make friends with more moms and wives. You have more common with them than your friend.
I knew it. You don't want me to have my freedom any longer. You want to control me and tear me apart from my friends who care about me.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. You can still be in touch with your friend, just get closer to more women like you. That's all I'm saying.
It's all the same thing. I am 29, for goodness sake. I am so young and have my entire life ahead of me. Am I not allowed to have a little fun just because I'm a wife and mom? You always scold me for every little thing. Do you have any idea how challenging it is to be a housewife? All you do is wake up every day, dress up for work, take your breakfast, and off you go. But it's me who has to hold down the fort at home. I clean, I cook, I do laundry, and I look after our daughter. I deserve a break. And I've even helped you out with your work before. It was my people skills and outgoing personality that helped you close a huge deal with that California client a couple years ago.
And I've worked very hard ever since to keep growing my career and providing for my family. Look, I appreciate all you do for this family and her home. We wouldn't be complete without you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So let me have this one night as a token of your gratitude, I deserve to go a little crazy with my girls.
Don't go too crazy. I'll see you in the morning.
For sure. Okay, I have to get back to the party now. See you.
Simone, what's going on in our house?
What are you talking about?
There's no groceries in any of the kitchen cupboards. The refrigerator is practically empty except for jam and water. And laundry hasn't been done in so long that I only have one neat shirt left to wear to work. All my clothes are dirty and so are Ailey's. I'm trying to find what she can wear to school today. Thank God it's Friday and she doesn't have school tomorrow.
Yippee! Thank God, haha.
Nothing about this situation is funny. In the past couple of weeks, our home hasn't been as clean or as tidy as it used to be. You've been going out a lot, and even now, you're on a 3-day getaway with your friends.
I did give you a week's notice before this getaway came up, didn't I?
Yes, you did tell me about it in advance, but...
Exactly. So, what's the problem?
I expected that you would have gotten our house in order first. You could have at least shopped for groceries and done the laundry before leaving.
Oh, that. I didn't have time. I had to make sure I shopped for everything I needed for the getaway. You need to see these people, Harry. They're not playing small. They came to party. I have to keep up. I don't ever want to be the boring one just because I'm married with a kid. Thankfully, I'm hot and in tip-top shape, so better flaunt this body whilst I can. You get it?
That's beside the point, Simone. You have a responsibility towards Ailey and I. You knew you were leaving for 3 days. You could have looked out for us and taken care of the food and laundry.
Why do you keep repeating yourself? I got it. So I didn't do those. What's so wrong about it? It's just one weekend. Can't you get anything done without me? I've sacrificed almost a decade of my life taking care of Allie and supporting you as your wife. I deserve this break.
I know you do, but don't forget I help out at home too on the weekends and on my days off. On those days, you sleep in or go to the spa while I do all the house chores.
You talk as if those days are so many. Yes, you help out around the house every now and then, but I'm the one who does everything full time.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's your role in our partnership. I work hard to make the money, and as a housewife, you maintain our home.
Even your work gives you leave. Mine doesn't. Don't get on my nerves. You're starting to.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to. I just feel so frustrated and helpless. Like a fish out of water. I didn't know there was no food at home. Now Ailey has to go to school on an empty stomach.
Just give her a lot of lunch money. She'll be fine.
It would have been nicer if she had breakfast.
She didn't. Now move on from that. Anyway, there's something I gotta tell you real quick.
What is it?
You won't be mad, right?
I suppose not. What's this about?
I borrowed your black card. I promise I won't use it unless it's absolutely necessary. I was freaking out thinking the money I had wouldn't be enough, so I took it as a backup.
Simone! You know my black card is strictly for family needs and emergencies, not your pleasure. You've been spending a lot in a while, but I turned a blind eye to it. Now you took it up a notch further by taking the black card? That isn't right.
Are you yelling at me just because of money? You do realize that if you complain so much, I could file for a divorce and take half of your assets on my way out. Oh, I would also have full custody of our daughter since women mostly win custody. Watch your tone with me, or I'll make you regret it.
I understand. I'm sorry I lashed out at you. Please, take care of yourself and return quickly.
Much better. Apology accepted. See you.
Your WhatsApp status looks interesting. Who are those people with you? Did you recently attend a costume party or something?
Oh my goodness.
What? Did something happen?
I am so sorry. I was in a hurry when I left the house, but I told myself that I'll text you to inform you straight away. But I completely forgot.
What are you talking about? What'd you forget?
I went out of town for the day. It was sudden. My friends from college organized a masquerade ball so we could have a reunion. For many weeks now, we've been kept up to date on the preparations on our WhatsApp group chat. But silly me, I hardly ever read those messages. So I didn't know that the date was moved forward. When I saw it, I pulled out some old costumes I had and dashed out of town to meet up.
What about her daughter?
That's why I'm apologizing, right?
That doesn't let you off the hook. Ailey's been home alone for hours now.
I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Now that you know, hurry up and go home, so you can be with her. Do that instead of arguing with me.
Argue? I'm not arguing with you. I'm trying to correct you. For how long will this attitude of yours continue? There's always a sudden party or event that comes up that you dash off to at the expense of your family. I have a lot of work that I must finish by tomorrow evening. I plan to work overtime. You being out of town for a day at this moment is deeply inconvenient for everyone.
Oh well.
That's it? That's all you have to say?
Look, you're stressing me out. This is supposed to be a relaxing period for me, but you're making things difficult.
Is that so? Alright, let's leave things as they are, but I have one question for you.
What is it?
Your ex from college is at that masquerade party too. You posed with him for many pictures that you posted on your WhatsApp status. Is he why you attended that party? Don't lie to me. I know you chose me over him because he didn't have money and bright prospects back at college.
You are being absurd right now. What is this rubbish you're talking about? We're just old friends catching up. There's nothing going on between us.
You're telling me the truth, right? Because I truly don't feel comfortable that he's at that party with you.
Oh, quit being so insecure. It's irritating. Just be grateful that a hot, beautiful woman like me is your wife. You can't do better than me and you know it. Okay, bye-bye.
Ailey cried today. She was so sad and it hurt me a lot to see her that way.
What are you telling me this for?
You were meant to attend her art fair today? She spent the whole week creating her watercolor paintings and was excited to show them off at the fair with her mom by her side.
Oh my, I completely forgot.
Yes, you did. Is Ailey not important to you?
I guess she is.
You guess?
Yeah, being a mom is so exhausting. If I knew having a kid would curb my time so much, I wouldn't have done it.
Are you regretting having Ailey?
Just a little. Did you attend the art fair?
Her teacher called me when she saw her sitting by herself, looking sad and alone. I had to abandon everything I was doing and ran to be with her. She started crying when she saw me. Then I consoled her, and once she stopped, she brightened up. Many of her artworks were sold. I'm so proud.
Aw, look at father and daughter bonding. Keep it up.
You can't continue treating her like this. You also can't continue treating our family as if it means nothing to you. We're meant to be partners, but it no longer feels like it. I'm doing both our parts now.
I am about to gag. Hey, I can divorce you if you keep bugging me. Cut it out.
Where are you right now?
At the beach. I'm having a picnic with my friends. Talk to you later. XOXO. Hey, Harry. What's up?
I'm at the office. What about you?
I'm at home, where you left me this morning. So, I need some money. I know you already sent me an allowance for the month and everything else, but something else came up.
What might that be?
Well, Allie wants equestrian lessons, and I want to register her.
That's strange. Ailey doesn't like horses. In fact, she's afraid of them. Simone?
Okay, fine. I lied. The truth is, I maxed out my cards and need some additional money to get a cute handbag that's a limited edition.
The Birkin?
Yes, how did you know?
You bought it last week and showed it off to me? Simone, what's really going on?
Please, don't be mad. You know I love you like I love no one else, right?
Okay.
I'm kind of seeing someone. But it's nothing serious. He's just a plaything that keeps me occupied when you're too busy for me. He's sweet, but lax in the money department. I wanted to help him out a bit.
You have a boyfriend and you want me to give you money so you can give it to him?
That's correct, lol. So, you'll give me some, right? Hello? Are you there? Harry! You better answer me right now, or you'll regret it. My cards are not working. What did you do?
I blocked them. There's no use allowing you to spend any of my money anymore.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. You're meant to use the money to take care of our family and our home, but you're just using it to party and you're sending some to your lover? I won't put up with that anymore.
Did you also call my parents by any chance? They called me today and asked if I've started working.
I called them. They asked me to inform them if you were slacking and getting a job, and I did as they asked.
How could you do that to me? You know they'll make me work and I don't want to work.
You told them a while ago that the reason you weren't working was because of Ailey. You said that you were staying home to raise her. I covered for you too long for a time. But you're no longer taking care of Ailey. I don't have to cover for you anymore.
You're despicable. I'm going to get back at you for this. Just you wait. I'll divorce you, take half your money, and take Allie away from you.
Okay, do whatever you want.
You don't really mean that.
Actually, I do.
I'll really do it. You're not begging? Why aren't you begging? Is it true? Did I really sign a prenup before our marriage?
Yes, you did. Even though I forgot about that, the moment you admitted you had a lover, I started looking for a way to end our marriage relatively unscathed. Then I found a copy of the prenup.
Why would I sign something like that?
Because your parents asked you to? They're aware of how fickle you are and they had insisted on it. I hadn't wanted it because I loved you so much and believed in us. It's as if they saw this day coming and wanted to save me from you.
They're my parents. Why do they have to be against me so much?
Had you not made the move to divorce me, you would have never found out. Your lawyer just informed you, right?
Yes. I can't have any of your money. I'm leaving the marriage with nothing. He also showed me pictures of me with my boyfriend. Did you put someone on my tail?
It was the only way to obtain evidence that you were enjoying yourself with your boyfriend at the expense of your daughter. Now the judge won't grant you custody of Ailey. Ailey is also smart enough to testify against you in court. She won't go with you. I know my little girl.
Harry, don't do this. You still love me, don't you? You still think I'm beautiful, right? Let's fix this. Whatever the problem is, we can put it behind us. I wasn't in my right mind. I was undergoing a phase. But now I'm back. I'll return to being your sweet housewife and taking care of our daughter.
No, hard pass. Ever since you left the house over a month ago, Ailey and I are so much better off. We have help that comes in a few times a week to clean, do the laundry, and cook. I and Ailey shop for groceries together. We enjoy hanging out like that. Also, I signed the divorce papers that your lawyer sent. It's done. We're over.
No, please. Give me another chance. I beg you.
Simone moved in with her strict parents, and they made her work as a clerk in a company. She couldn't party anymore because she had no money, and all her friends deserted her. She keeps begging to come back, but I've moved on with my life. Ailey doesn't miss her mom one bit, and we have a lot of fun together. We're happy while she's miserable.
I've handed in your divorce papers.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm saying I did you a favor and handed in your divorce papers. Makes sense you can't understand, seeing as you have no education. Your head is filled with air.
Sophie, you've been saying that a lot lately. There are things you can and cannot say to people. How many times have I told you?
What do you mean? All I'm doing is speaking the truth.
Even if that were true, it's no excuse. It doesn't matter if you think something is true or not. You can't say that to people. You're almost in high school, so you should understand by now. Before you judge someone on their education, you have to judge them as a human.
Hey, it doesn't matter how much you talk. I'll never listen to a dropout.
Dropout?
I heard from Dad. You're a dropout who didn't finish high school.
Your father said that.
That's right. He said you only finished middle school and are as stupid as they come. Come to think of it, you aren't really good at doing anything.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, like you can't cook any of the food I want to eat. Instead, just cook crap that you take out of the freezer.
I work full-time. On top of that, I have to do all the household work. So I use food I've frozen in advance. It's called meal prepping, Sophie. It's very common. Also, what do you mean the food you want to eat? You always ask for deep-fried food. I'm thinking about the nutrition when I make your food.
People who can't read what their child wants are bad parents.
Well, if that's what you think, how about you lend a hand with the housework? If I get some assistance, I'd be able to cook something from scratch every day. You and your father don't lift a finger around here. All I hear are complaints.
Are you seriously trying to put the blame on me now? I'd stop that and start thinking of ways to fix your problem. I can't believe how useless you are. Dropouts are on another level. It's good you and Dad are going to divorce.
Speaking of, I haven't seen any divorce papers. I certainly haven't signed any.
Your signature was taken care of by yours truly. I already told you I handed everything in.
You're serious about that?
As serious as can be.
I need to talk with your father. Phil, can you tell me what is going on? What's this I'm hearing about divorce papers? So, Sophie told you? Why would our daughter fake my signature and hand in divorce papers? This is like some poor comic story. Does she understand what she has done?
She's the one who asked me to do it.
She did? Why?
She wants us to get divorced.
Why would she want that?
She thinks the future is going to be bleak with you as her mother. She's asked me to find someone else to spend my life with. When the daughter you love asks you something like that, you can't just say no.
Do you understand what this means? Putting a fake signature on our divorce papers is forgery. And you made our daughter do that.
That's what she wanted. What can you do about it?
About a year ago, she started acting very rebellious towards me for no reason. I was thinking it was some phase kids go through when they're teenagers. But I'm wondering, did you actually tell her I was a dropout?
All I said was you're incompetent.
Why would you say something like that?
It's true, isn't it? You're working full-time and earn less than me. You don't get anywhere in life.
That's only because no one helps me with the housework. The house would collapse if I had a job that made me work a lot of overtime. If I got an important project, I'd have to turn it down.
That's what makes you incompetent. Doing the housework is a woman's job. You need to find a way to take care of the house as well as work. You know, the president of my company is known to love taking care of his wife and does the housework as well.
Of course I know that.
If a company president can find a way to get the housework done, why can't you? I know why. It's because you're incompetent.
But your president shares the load with his wife. It's not like he's doing all of it on his own. Don't compare him to our situation. He has the means to pay for cleaning staff and maids to do a good job cleaning.
There's no use talking about this. I'm done with you. Sophie doesn't need you, and I definitely don't need you. Let's get this divorce.
What do you mean you don't need me?
This conversation is over. Just pack your stuff. Sophie is doing her best to get into a private high school. If we were the ones that had to move out, that would really jeopardize her future, right?
Okay, I get it. I thought you two noticed how much I do for our family. You're right. Let's get divorced.
Don't you get it? We're already divorced. You really are stupid.
There's no need to be rude. So what now? Who has custody over Sophie?
Let's leave that to her.
I don't plan on seeing her after this. You can have her.
You still have to pay child support.
I'll talk to a lawyer about that. I need some time to find someone reputable.
You don't have any time. You need to pay child support in a lump sum as soon as possible. I'm going to keep a memo until the money comes through.
It's going to take time to move out, so I need to stay here a little bit longer.
You've got 2 weeks. That's it.
Fine. I didn't want to use my paid leave for this, but seems I don't have a choice. I'll be out as soon as I can.
Listen here, lady. Your papers are in and you are officially divorced. Do you mind leaving already?
It's not easy moving out of a home you've lived in for over 10 years.
I thought you would say that, so I gathered your things and put them outside.
Why would you do that? Those are my things!
The faster you leave, the better. Consider it the last act of love from your daughter. I know you're just waiting for Dad to break and change his mind.
Excuse me?
I'm right, aren't I? You're waiting for him to say we can all live together again. That's what a dropout would try and do. Don't think Dad will change his mind so easily.
That wasn't what I was thinking.
Let me tell you something that might convince you to hurry up.
Moving takes time, but let's hear it anyway.
Dad's already found someone. I'm going to have a new mom. So there's no space for you to stay here. I want to welcome my new mom here as soon as possible. I don't need an uneducated woman around me anymore.
A new mom? What are you talking about?
I'm saying Dad's been cheating on you.
Are you serious? And you knew?
Obviously someone as dumb as you wouldn't be able to notice. I saw Dad walking with a young, beautiful girl about a year ago after I came home from school. When I asked who it was, he said it was my new mom.
So this whole time I was thinking you were having a rebellious phase. It was actually because of this new girl?
Dad said this new mom would be way better than a dropout. So I decided to help him get things rolling.
Meaning you helped him to cheat on me?
I guess so. I would say Dad and I were going shopping or something on weekends, but all of that was a lie. Dad gave me some money and I hung out with my friends. At the same time, Dad was getting schemy with his new girl.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I gave him an alibi and helped him with everything. He didn't realize anything, which made me realize something. You're a real dimwit, just like he said.
So, those days I was stuck here at home, you two were both scheming and backstabbing me.
Someone with a brain cell in their head would have realized from the start. My new mom has a good education. She's a college graduate. Not only that, she placed first in a beauty pageant back in school. To top it off, she was even approached by a television company. Now that's a mom I can be proud of.
I wonder, is that person someone who works with your father?
That's right. Some subordinate working in his department.
Is that right?
Our DNA may be different, but I'd much rather have a mom with a great educational background helping get into a good high school. That's why I helped Dad with his cheating.
I get it now. I spoke with your father and he's going to have custody over you.
Obviously. By the way, even if you have the right to see me, I've got no intention in going to our meetings. Your stupidity is like a virus. I don't want to catch it. Being in the same room is frightening enough. Having you in the same house is a nightmare. Get out of here, you dropout!
You know, it's actually your father that dropped out of school, right?
Yeah, right. Your lies won't work on me.
Didn't I say it clear enough? That's strange. I did my best to keep it simple enough for a middle school student to understand. Your father dropped out of school.
That's a load of bull. There's no way Dad dropped out. Don't lie about Dad to me.
He's the one lying to you, Sophie. He dropped out of high school as soon as he turned 16 because his parents pressured him too much. He's always had a complex about his educational background, and he's brought you up to be the same. For your information, I have a college degree.
So you're telling me Dad dropped out of high school and you have a degree? That means Dad was lying to me this whole time?
You said sharing the same air as a dropout is a nightmare, but you'll be sharing that air with your father from this point on.
Yeah, well, even if you did graduate from college, I bet it wasn't a good one.
Are you still trying to look down on me? Are you really that desperate to belittle me?
Spit it out! It was some second-rate school, wasn't it?
I went to BU. Hardly second rate.
No way! I don't believe you. Dad said you never even graduated high school. He said he earns more than you despite how much you work.
That's only because I put my family first. I turned down a lot of promotions to make sure I had time to take care of you. And I was happy to keep doing that, at least until your education was finished. Without me, no one would be cleaning the house. As for my income, I only make a little less than your father annually. There's less than $300 difference in our paychecks each month.
Only $300?
Your father has a complex regarding education. He doesn't want his pride hurt, so he protects it by saying he earns more than me. While it's true he does earn a bit more, he also works much more overtime than me. I wonder why his pay is still close to mine while I'm the only one working on the house.
I can't get over the idea that Dad was the dropout.
Well, I'm sure you'll get used to the idea. And don't worry, I've used all my paid leave for this week and will be out of the house by the weekend. Please welcome your new high education mother to the house.
I get it! You don't have to rub it in. Anyway, my new mom won a beauty pageant, so she's still leagues better than you. Dad may have dropped out, but he still works for a famous company. No issues here.
I'm glad you're clinging to your father instead of me. He's all you've got left now, after all. Keep up that attitude and try not to leave your father's side.
Hey! What's the meaning of this? Why are we losing the house? We were getting so comfy without you around. You won't get Dad's attention by harassing us like this.
It's not harassment. That house is under my name and I've decided to tear it down.
Your name? What do you mean under your name?
My father gave me that house. I own the property. It's mine. I remodeled the house and have lived in it since.
But Grandpa lives somewhere else.
Your grandfather has his own life. He doesn't need to live with us. Anyway, he gave the property to me before I ever married your father. As it is mine, I'm free to do with it as I will.
You must be joking.
By the way, did you know that people that cheat have a drastic decrease in their cognitive capabilities? Which is why your father probably forgot really obvious details. Like who owns the house. He also forgot that the president of his company is my father.
You're kidding!
Nope. Your father works for my father. Your grandpa is the president. Your father hates my relatives, so that's why you haven't met them. Plus, your grandpa is very busy anyway, so there just aren't that many chances to see him.
No way! Why didn't anyone ever tell me this?
I think my family made your father feel inferior. Maybe that's why he always took everything out on me. Anyway, I've talked to your grandfather and it looks like I've got some more bad news for you besides the house. Your father and the girl he is having an affair with are both going to be fired.
What? Why?
It looks like they were going out on dates using company money. That's illegal, you know. The severance package they would usually be entitled to will be used to compensate for the money they stole.
Let me get this straight. Not only are we losing the house, but they're both losing their jobs?
Bingo.
I'll be going to a private all-girls school. You know that, right? I need money for the admission and uniforms.
Who knows if those two are capable of paying for that type of thing?
Child support! As my mother, you are obligated to pay me child support.
I've already had a word with my lawyers and spoke with your father yesterday.
So you know you have to pay me until I'm an adult, right?
Wrong.
Why is that exactly?
I looked into his affair. That's how I found out about the money he stole from the company. On top of that, it looks like they have been dating for 3 years now. Taking into account the length of time he was cheating up until you spilled the beans, the child support I would pay for you and the alimony that he owes me would work out to be the same amount, effectively canceling each other out. As for the distribution of assets, we're both entitled to our own savings.
So, how much would Dad have?
Playing around with his new girlfriend, he probably spent a fortune, which is most likely why he took money from the company. I would say his bank account is close to $0.
This is too much to take in.
I'll also be suing the girl he was having an affair with. Not sure where those two are headed, but do your best to stick with your father.
Mommy, I want to stick with you.
Do you think that's going to work at this point?
I'll help with the house. Just let me be with you. Let's live together, just as girls.
Sorry, but you've used up all of your unconditional love. Anything from here out needs to be earned.
How could you? I'm your only daughter.
I've always wanted the best for you, but you believed your father without the least bit of evidence and actively sabotaged our family. I won't forget how much you tried to look down on me.
I'm so sorry for that. If I had known Dad was using me to hide his affair, I would have done differently. I'm a victim here.
You can't play the victim card at this point. Even if you were used, you still said some hurtful things to me. You chose to say those things. You may still be a child, but a teenager should have enough intelligence to understand their actions.
Mom, please. At least let me stay with Grandpa. There's no future with Dad.
You've made the decision already.
Mom, I'm so sorry.
Before I forget, I better show my gratitude.
Gratitude?
For telling me about your father's affair. With that piece of information, it made it much easier for me to put the pieces together.
If I hadn't told you, Dad would still have his job, wouldn't he?
As your mother, here is my last lesson to you. Think about how others feel before you speak. When you're out in the real world, learn as much as you can. Lastly, there is no one out there that it's okay for you to put down. Have some compassion for everybody. Goodbye, and good luck.
Wait, stop, Mom! Don't throw away your daughter!
Oh, that's right. My house is being demolished at the start of next month. Make sure you're gone by then.
How can I do that when I have nowhere to live?
I'm divorced now, so your father's circumstances have nothing to do with me. I'll devote my time into working. Goodbye, Sophie.
Mom, I'm begging you! Come back! I promise I'll help out at home. I won't put you down anymore. Mommy? Please don't abandon me.
Both my ex-husband and his partner were fired, and now live in a cheap place way out in the country with Sophie. Sophie gave up on her dream of going to the private school she wanted and now attends a public high school. Due to her father's circumstances, though, she still struggles with everyday things like paying for school trips or going out on the weekends with her friends. I'm sure her dad is just waiting for her to turn 16 so she can drop out of school and start working to help them make ends meet.